Chances are that on several occasions you've heard the words self. Is there something to add on?
In relation to self-worth, there is an interesting person whom I usually see on social media. Most of you know about Black. There is a video of hers which goes around where she's like, know yourself worthy. Most of you have seen it.
Yeah, we have.
She talks about self-worth in a way that if you set your boundaries, you have your principles, no one should change that from you. No one should take that away from you.
Yeah.
Stand for what.
Click that age of 25. You can still be a boss lady when you're 22. You can be what you want to be when you're 23. You get. Nobody has to define
That's
you.
a good one. But on other people not defining you, people do not tell you who you are. People don't tell you how to dress. People don't tell you you're too fat. People don't tell you you're... So people do not define you. Miss Javin, I am excited. Why do you have to say too dark?
Because people like to say, you're too light. No, now you're too dark. Now what
People are eating a note.
Talk to me directly.
Talk to me. Tell me.
Anyhow, but you put all those at mania, makeup by this, so you think people will see like, this girl is one day.
So actually, social media doesn't define you, it puts pressure on you.
Yeah, sure.
I was talking to Teddy before I actually came on set, and we're discussing the whole social media notion as why do people feel like they're defined nowadays? Younger people feel like, this thing defines me, people are following me, people are viewing me. Sometimes people follow rubbish. I mean, they follow you to see you look.
To talk about you.
yourself.
To have something to talk about. Like,
because of the pressure, you even break your boundaries, you end up
Exactly.
he owns the world.
So okwagala mukazi yenna gwe njagala because I have the money. I can treat anyone the way
even a job could be a misconception. Some people, Sheena would be the cherry on the cake.
I see.
Top tier. If she ever gets in the relationship, because she's the ultimate. I mean, look at
her. So all in all.
So don't think because you're my boss, you can speak to me in a certain way. There are boundaries, and I know you don't. Maybe let me say in a case of screaming, like you're talking to me, I've done something. So
go out of your way to please someone and undercharge what you're selling to them.
Thank you.
I relate so much with some person I know on some media platform. He's a guy. If he tells you the dress is 250, I don't like people who bargain. You are either buying. If you do not want, you are not the target market.
My young brother tells people
that you don't have to put, like, you lower your prices. I take a lot of money, the taxes. Now because you want to please your customers, you go out of your way. No, basically, to natural funamu. Because you are pleasing. Like, we won't know you are struggling. You will be unhappy. Your client will be happy, but you will be unhappy.
The thing is, people in life always get their way, no matter what. So if I come to you to you get so comfortable.
Have you been, if church is a go? I'm coming there, Rose. It is a go to chinwe obo chemete obo chitegera. Like, look good. I have this bodaga. You people money bigo.
We're not bigo. We're not bigo.
My bodaga kutubidako bigo. Every time I call him, Bigo, come home. I need to send you. And then he finds me anyamba deka short kange. I'm in my big shirt. He finds wabula gwarakwana ngosoboka. So no, men, truly, when you're finding my nails are done, don't judge me. Meanwhile, Sharon makes the best dress. Tusanika no kusanika. So our appearances don't don't define us.
Yeah,
you
Jojo
get
makes the best pizza.
yeah.
That brings me to that point. My girl, I've seen people struggle with weight, but when you're a chubby girl, it's on another level. I am chubby myself, and I've always been fat in the family. I've always been fat among my friends, according to them. Yes, I don't see it because I look at myself. I just see junk in the right places. But for every other person,
Fitted well.
what is your? Thank you. Make them believe it, Jovi. Please,
People
Jovi.
like would stand up.
Please do.
Anyhow, in all my ladies who relate to our
Kinds of destinations. If you need a place to rest your head, you can get them at tamamproperties.com. Bye.